the Bank of America Racing Challenge Update, sponsored by the American Quarter Horse Association.
Hello and welcome to the Bank of America Racing Challenge Update. I'm Jim Byers. This is the second version of our show. It follows the regional challenge races that determine the fields for Championship Night at Lone Star Park on November 7th. Here in midsummer, we're working through the heaviest 2 months of the Racing Challenge season. The winners of these regional events get automatic berths in the championships. Coming up, we'll show you the most recent challenge races to date. We'll cover each area except the championship division for 3-year-olds and up, as it did not see any recent action. Let's begin by looking at 3-year-olds and the Adequan Derby Challenge. Since our last update, 4 races have been contested in this division. The first of those 400-yard events was June 27th at Ruidoso Downs. The talented and consistent filly Great Grace held off Who's a Cat by a neck with El Rayito de Luna third. Owned by Mitchell, Hendricks, and Hendricks, Great Grace has previously qualified for 3 major derbies or futurities in her career for trainer Blaine Wood. We move north to the Greater Toronto area for the Ajax Downs Derby Challenge on July 12th. The well-traveled Texas-bred Seize the Win does just that by a neck over Isa Speedy Simon and Deal of Fortune. Owned by Glenn Graff and trained by Stephanie Keeble, Seize the Win boasts victories at Ajax, Hialeah, and Indiana Grand. Staying outside the U.S., we go to Hipódromo de las Américas in Mexico City. Its Adequan Hipódromo Derby went off on June 28th, and Oklahoma breds run 1-2, as the impressive Sound of Candy gets the better of Apolitical Knockout by a length, with Keeping It Big Time third. Sound of Candy races for Aras Ixbiapan. The final Derby challenge to show you on this edition of the update is from Le Bois Park in Boise, Idaho. This July 29th race was a showcase for the California-bred Why Not Walk, a winner of half of his 14 career starts and 4 in a row. He drifts in but tallies by a half length, with James First Affair a good second, and Get Out of the Fast Lane third. Why Not Walk races for RTM Stables and George Weldon. The filly mare division of the AQHA Bank of America Racing Challenge is the Mariel Distaff Challenge. On July 4th, Arapahoe Park in Aurora, Colorado featured its 400-yard qualifier. The Oklahoma shipper Cadillac earned a spot in the final with a rallying win on the outside for owner-trainer Jose Aguilera. Cadillac tried unsuccessfully to qualify in Remington Park's Distaff Challenge in May, but scores here over Midori and Smoke, with Silver Inlay third. A California bred now based in Canada is having a run for the ages. On July 24th at Evergreen Park in Grand Prairie, Alberta, I'm Hot, You're Not won her 6th straight and 11th out of 19 career starts to take the Mariel Evergreen Distaff in a romp. Visible Wagon was second with Wave Rocker third. I'm Hot, You're Not is trained by Lori Ferguson for owner Ralph Denard. We'll take a look at distance runners and 2-year-olds when the Racing Challenge update returns right after this.
My 40 saved me $500 on this Ford truck.
My 40 gives me a year of good reading.
My 40 makes me a thrifty shopper.
My 40 colors my world.
Your $40 American Quarter Horse Association membership provides hundreds of dollars in benefits and services. To find out what your 40 can do, visit AQHA.com.
Half of the 8 races in the Zoetis Distance Challenge were contested in the spring, but 4 races remain, 2 in October and a pair that we're about to recap on this edition of the update. On July 29th, 870-yard specialists contested the Zoetis Le Bois Distance Challenge. In an eventful race, Lil Dippa Nitro avoided trouble and rallied from just off the pace to win, with Has to Be a Leader second and Panther Perfect third. This Idaho bred is conditioned by Bill Hoberg for Donna Jenkins and co-breeder Dennis Kane. Back to Evergreen Park for its distance challenge from August 1st. The Montana-bred 7-year-old KR Streak Inversion draws away by nearly 3 lengths. In a strung-out field at the end, the top stablemate KR, How Do You Like Me Now? After a disqualification, third became a dead heat between Glittering Blue and As Big as Texas. Trained by Alan Goodsell for Marvin Christensen and Richard Alba, KR Streak Inversion earned a whopping 106 speed index. The John Deere Juvenile Challenge is a series of 350-yard races for 2-year-olds to set the field for that division championship on November 7th. Back on July 12th at Ajax Downs, the Ontario-bred Panther Hero sped to a clear win over runner-up Forrest Got Skunked and Crazy Keeper. Conditioned by Scott Reed for owner John Wilson, Panther Hero wins for the first time in 2 career starts. On August 1st in New Mexico, 2-year-olds lined up for the John Deere Ruidoso Juvenile Challenge. This Grade 3 race took place on a muddy and sealed track, and the conditions were fine for Queen Catherine. Promising Oklahoma-bred filly, who took part in both the Oklahoma and Heritage Place futurity trials, Queen Catherine is owned by Hay Racing and trained by Casey Willis. Time for a short break. We'll be back right after this.
I think we're a big family. Like, we all take care of each other. And, you know, just between the horses and the people in the industry, I think it's a great thing.
It's my whole life. It's not really, you know, an option for me anymore. It's just what I am.
It's easy to be proud of the best horse in the world.
We are AQHA proud.
I am AQHA proud.
I am AQHA proud.
I am absolutely 100% AQHA proud.
We're recapping the Win and You're In races pointing toward the BOA Challenge Championship night on November 7th at Lone Star Park in Grand Prairie, Texas. Qualifying started way back in March. Let's take a look now at the horses that have earned positions in the finals among the various divisions.
My 40 saved me $500 on this Ford truck.
My 40 gives me a year of good reading.
My 40 makes me a thrifty shopper.
My 40 colors my world.
Your $40 American Quarter Horse Association membership provides hundreds of dollars in benefits and services. To find out what your 40 can do, visit AQHA.com.
The Bank of America Racing Challenge Update, sponsored by the American Quarter Horse Association.
In our next edition of the BOA Racing Challenge Update, we'll span the entire continent. As the championship division for 3-year-olds and up takes its turn, we'll have championship challenge events at Ajax Downs, Le Bois Park, Los Alamitos, and Mexico City. Plus races in the juvenile, distaff, and derby divisions. Please look for the next update right here on RaceView Network in a couple weeks. That's all for now. On behalf of the entire staff and crew, I'm Jim Byers. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on the Bank of America Racing Challenge Update.